Hey gang, this is T from the Backstage Pass team, and I'm here to talk about a very exciting update to MultiMuse. This is where I would insert my fancy graphics.
If I had one!
We're officially revealing the beta of the V2 cards as of today. You can see what they look like here. They are built entirely on Discord's Component 2, which is slightly different from our old cards, as you can see. Let me just bring up... here, Victor. Let me just bring up this one. The old cards were built on embeds. They were a little bit smaller. They were a little bit less customizable. It was a lot harder for us to dynamically add new fields to make them truly customizable to fit your needs. But with the new system, we have the ability for you to just add whatever fields you want. And it's pretty simple. I'm just going to load up this character here, and if you're still in V1s, this is a one-time port to switch in the Discord client, but in the web dashboard, which I will show off a little bit later, you can switch back and forth at will. To switch to the V2 cards, you just click this button, and it tells you to confirm, and then you confirm it, and then it swaps it over, and then you get the brand new editing experience here. You get the brand new cards, which are a little bit wider. They have a few new fields. So under basics, we have card title. This is built into how the labels work. So it's basically a free component. But so I could just add whatever title I want to this. And it shows up here in a secondary font. This can get real fun with standard Unicode emojis. I don't have support for Discord emojis yet, but we're working on it. And then the same with, everything's edit media. All of the legacy ones stay untouched, so they're compatible between V1 cards and V2 cards. Where it gets really fun is we start looking at V2 sections in this dropdown. So like any other component, we can do an add-in section, and I'm just gonna call this test, and then this is a test post. And the cool thing here is you can get really funky with all of the different little things that you can add inside of the cards here. So let me just accept that, and then it will update. And look, now we have a whole new section, like this is a test post, it has an image attached to it. In addition to that, we can also add links, which are done in formatting. This is a little bit easier done in the dashboard, but in the Discord GUI, because we're committed to making sure you can do everything you can do in the GUI as close to you can as in the dashboard. You could do something like, okay, I have a playlist for Appany. Let me do a line. I'll just insert an emoji here. Let me do a line divider, and then let me just grab a link to my playlist for Appany here, and then we put the link in here, and then we submit, and then you go to second, and now you have a clickable button inside of your profile, which is cool for linking to your playlist, linking back to your character profile, doing anything of the sort. And then, of course, we have extra images now, so you can have up to 8 of these. With some caveats, but then I can just add a secondary image to my thing. And sometimes these bug out still. We're still refining these. Sometimes they get squished. But now I have a long-running card, and you can do a lot of fun things with this. So like Muse Card, I've already built this out for some of my other characters. Like Estelle is in a more medieval political world. So some of these other things matter, like her publicly known information. So you can see all of the standard stuff, and you'll notice that there's some few fields missing here, which now I allow people to hide. Stat lines on card, you can come here, and you can click this button, and then it gives a modal pop-up of, do you want to hide the created line? Do you want to hide the messages line? Do you want to hide the private public line? And just buys you back a couple components, because that's the management fun of this new style is things are limited to 40 components. There's about 14 default components inside of the card, so you have all of the rest to play with. Each new thing you add, so an image, a field, another image, a row of buttons, all of these count as components. So they count towards your cap of 40. And then it also has a grace of about 4 in here to calculate for having buttons attached to your Muse as well if you're using the stagehand information integration. But as you can see, like the possibilities are endless. You could build a whole character profile here. You could, and I've changed this navigation a little bit to go back here. You can just have it like, you know, this is one of my college characters, like she's a freshman, the standard quotes, you know, here's her major, here's her sexual preferences, and you can really get creative with your cards now. It's fully customizable. And then in the web dashboard, all of this is also available to you. If you haven't seen the web dashboard, definitely check it out, multimuse.app/dashboard. But now you can manage all of your muses from right in the dashboard. You can also see what's shared with you. But the full editor really shines here. So within the dashboard, obviously our scaling is still a little wonky. We are rebuilding this from scratch. There's not a lot of libraries that support Components v2. So we're rebuilding that from scratch. But you can easily move things around, as you can see. I can move these to anywhere, and then I just got to click Save Muse, and it saves it, and then it will save that new arrangement for the next time I call up this Muse card. You can also easily switch back to the classic card here. For the foreseeable future, we're keeping card V1 and card V2. We don't know how long we'll support both, so give us some feedback in the support Discord. And then also I've enabled the ability to rearrange the legacy fields if you want certain things displayed in other orders. They only show up here if they are not hidden and they have been filled in, which leads me to another thing of you can easily hide the created message and card lines here in your settings in the dashboard. I've made this a global sort of thing because it's a lot easier in terms of clutter on the dashboard, and I figure if you're hiding these things, most people are hiding this as a general preference, so it makes sense for it to be global. But all of these things are supported inside this. The separator is actually just these lines here. I just note it like this so it's a little bit more clear in the dashboard. But you can easily remove them and then rearrange any of this stuff from the different sections. So you have custom blocks, you have the extra images, and then here at the bottom you can see the estimated card size based on our component count, which is now currently 32 out of 40. So once you get 40, it won't allow you to save, and you'll have to reduce your component count just because that's the maximum limit to a component that Discord supports. Overall, really fun new update. I hope you all have fun with it. Please use it, give us feedback, report bugs in the community Discord, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.